What is up, Cahir Club? Welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody's had a wonderful, wonderful start to their week. It is Monday. Boo. Who likes Monday? I don't like Monday. No one. Monday bad, am I right? Upvote. Anyway, let's hop right in. Continuing on with our Shiny Croagunk hunt today. We are almost at 1,000 encounters for it, which that's a lot for a Masuda hunt. Rob, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has gotten off to a good start. I hope you're enjoying your holiday. The best weather in the game today. You know? Ah, the egg hatched before I could get to the lady who will give me the next egg. Dismal. Now I have one gunk and one egg. This is like the sheep conundrum, right? Where the sheep conundrum. You like this particular Monday? I mean, you are on holiday, so I can see why. And hello, Felix, how goes it? I hope that your week has gone off to a good start. But yeah, Are you ready for the 959 shiny? You know what? You know what, Felix? I hope you're right. I hope you are. Because, well. Bit of a long hunt, innit? What are you doing? Like, genuinely quite bonkers how we have, we're getting close to double. We're gonna hit double odds today. We will be hitting double odds today, which is quite painful. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do next, right? Because yeah. What was I looking for? Is the microphone. Sorry, like the music was gone and I was like, Talonflame's in the box, that's not the correct. You've drunk a lot of gin, been playing Sonic Superstars, and you had a pizza, so it's indeed a good Monday. I see. I hope you're enjoying Sonic Superstars. I always picked it up a bit back, because it was only like 25 quid a game. But I didn't in the end, and I wonder if that was a mistake or not. How's things on mine? Pretty solid. Decided I'd edit up some of those Tears of the Kingdom clips. The ones that you made, actually, Rob. And posted them over on the TikTok and YouTube Shorts as well. We'll see how well they do. Obviously, Tears of the Kingdom Shorts. The whole Tears of the Kingdom funny moments bit was a year ago, you know, and additionally on that, public opinion on Tears of the Kingdom has soured. I feel like it's become a very general consensus of people within at least the Zelda community that Tears of the Kingdom isn't that good, which is just wrong. But we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep an eye on them. I think I need to build a funny contraption. That'll be the best shot I can make. Alright. There's another egg. She's got another egg. I saw her cross her arms before this egg hatched. There's another egg locked and loaded and ready for me to take. What's on the menu for today? Long-winded Doctor Who rant, maybe? Not rant. Positive. What's a positive rant? A video essay. That's a positive rant, I think. Is a video essay. Yeah, good game, pretty fun multiplayer? Hell yeah. Internet quality is shit here compared to your 900 megabytes though. That's first world problems. Yeah. I can imagine if you're out in the boondocks somewhere. The countryside. Gunk. I'm just shocked this hunt's taken so long, right? Like, we had, like... To be fair, most of my hunts have been pretty lucky. I think the unluckiest hunt I had recently was the Dunsparce, right? Was the triple segment to Dunsparce? Where I went well over odds on that. Because I was under odds on Regice. And I'm still under odds on Minccino. I think I'm getting close to... No, I am getting close to odds on Minccino, but like... So it's just weird to see an unlucky hunt crop up like this. But I guess maybe I've just gotten too used to Scarlet and Violet, you know? Anyway. That wasn't a good one. There we go. There we go. My lips have been a little dry recently, not a fan. It was weirdly hot last night. I don't know if, like, I was just having a moment. But I feel like it got really warm last night for some reason. Not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. I like it better when it's not hot. I like that these guys have just been chasing me around the area for the past few minutes. I think that was the number? I can check. I can check. I know how much we are. Because I know that we are on 915, which is 914, which is this one, plus 1. So we've got on another 19, 22, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I had to stick on the fan as well last night. Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm not entirely alone on this matter. I was concerned that maybe I was just having a moment, but no, it was... Like, after it's been, like, settling into autumn again recently, it was just weird for it to unsettle into autumn, you know? After, kinda... like, getting, autumn mode. I was very chuffed with No, I wasn't chuffed. I was unchuffed. With the sudden spike. Not a fan. Not a fan. I did put on my fan, and then it started squeaking really loudly. Like, my fan is fucked. I have to jump start my fan when I turn it on. I put on my fan, I have to spin the blades for like a minute for it to pick up enough steam for it to actually start spinning. Like, by itself. I have to manually get that thing going. Which I won't act like isn't scuffed. You know? I won't act like I shouldn't... Like, I won't act like it's fine, but, like... It works. But then it was squeaking last night, and... I don't know, I managed to, like, get to sleep, with it squeaking anyway, but... It were quite annoying. And there was just no good fall to sleep to YouTube videos. At least for my current mindset, you know? That new Veritasium video, it just didn't put me to sleep. I don't know what to say Veritasium. Your video, it just didn't lull me into slumber like they normally do. Maybe it was me. Maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was me. Maybe I was the issue. But all the same, I just didn't lull me to sleep. Wide awake. Hopefully that doesn't mean I get really tired later on in today's stream. And hopefully that does mean that I can get a good night's sleep tonight. Because I do love an actual good night's sleep. It's meant to be a bit cooler tonight. Not loads cooler than last night, but a bit, so... But yeah, I finally got a wind of the prophesized storms. Last night. Which is great and all. But I decided to empty my bin, my room's bin last night, right? I was like, it's getting a bit full. I need to empty it out. Let me put it into the main bin, you know, get that sorted. Yeah, you know. Get that all done. Then I left my bin outside. In the storm. And it was very late when I was like, oh fuck. I've left my bin outside. Had to rush on downstairs, out the door. Onto the patio. You know. Grab the bin. Solid couple inches of water at the bottom. So I drank that now. So I tipped it out and put it outside. I left it outside with the intention of like okay, it can dry out here. It won't dry immediately, it's still raining, but it will dry, right? Like that was my simple train of thought. And it did, but it also got some snail shit in it. I got to the bin, I looked inside, there was a little snail. A little snail on the side of the bin, and next to him was a shit the size of his shell. My guy took a shell-sized dump. Okay, I've actually looked at the perfect time for this. Yeah, basically, because of the gunk I traded last week, our numbers are actually off. A little. So the 2 full boxes will put us at 931. We have one gunk in our team, which is 932, so we didn't have any overflow. But I need to remember not to release all the gunks. I need to leave one. I need to leave one Croagunk. Otherwise my numbers will be off. Ugh. Which would be unideal. No, not change markings. Ditch the guy. Bro doesn't need any marks. Bro needs to be introduced to the ecosystem as an invasive species. Although I think Croagunk appears in the wild area. So maybe not an invasive species, you know? But, all the same, that's another 60 frogs in the environment. I mean, frogs, like, have a lot of kids as is anyway, though, right? Like, you see people, like, opening buckets and shit that have had frogs spawn in them. And they're everywhere, right? Like, frogs arrive in, like, large numbers. Because, from what I understand, they go via the method of, if there's a lot, you're likely to reproduce. Rather than, if you're really smart and have, like, one kid, then that kid's likely to get far. Right? Like, frogs just, like, spam. They get as many out there as possible. They get as many out there. And then the odds are, one of those fuckers will become a fucker. And the bloodline lives on. Which I guess is a respectable strategy. But it makes me wonder if, like, how many of these guys am I sending out to die? You know. To be fair, all Pokemon have one child at a time, except Pokemon like Mousehold and Kangaskhan. And a few others, but those are the two examples I'm going to use today, is Mousehold and Kangaskhan. Like, most Pokemon only have, like, one kid at a time, yeah? So, like, what's up with that? Alright. Like, to be fair, it would be difficult to, reflect, like, different Pokemon having different, like, breeding cycles and natures and stuff. Because that would make breeding Pokemon really fucking hard. If you had to, like, get Croagunk to lay frog spawn in a lake somewhere, in a marsh. If you wanted to get more Croagunk. And by more Croagunk it means like 60. Like, I guess in some ways that would make shiny hunting easier, right? Because, oh, it's 60 eggs at once, yeah? But it would take up more space. Which, if you're not ready for, becomes a bit of a dilemma. Like, I fathom it, but, like, I wonder if Pokemon were allowed to, like, have more individual... Wait, no, that's a thought. So... egg groups. Obviously, like... two animals have got to be, like, pretty compatible to actually make offspring. And if they're not compatible enough, like a horse and a donkey, when they do make offspring, that fucker will be infertile. Ditto I'm going to give a free pass, yeah, because Ditto can transform into anything. But you can turn... You can, like, breed, like, what? Starly and Bidoof. Let's just go with the big one, Wailord and Skitty. And yeah, it won't be... I don't know the name for, like, mules and ligers and stuff. I don't know, like, the term for, like, those kind of guys. But to be fair, it's not one of those. It's just like a Wailmer or a Skitty, depending. I think someone should write a thesis on Pokemon breeding. And I don't mean, like, how to breed for perfect IVs. I mean, like, an in-world perspective on it. You know? An in-universe exploration. Because the more I think about it, the more I'm like, it's a bit fucked up, innit? You know? Alright. Boom, 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 boom. Boom. No egg, no egg. Egg! I was gonna, like, do that a couple of times. I was gonna, like, go around once and be like, no egg, no egg, no egg, no egg, no egg, no egg. I didn't get showed when there was an egg, but then the egg came really quick, actually, so. Silly me. Okay.
Photos printed?
Let's go.
Yo, let's go! Thank you for resubscribing, Rob. I almost called you Frog, I'm gonna be honest. I saw Croagunk and then my brain went Frog. But yeah, thank you for resubscribing. Welcome back to the Cahir Sub Club. Though then again, I guess you never left. But yeah, thank you, dude. That's really kind of you. Alright. I hope you continue to enjoy your access to the emotes. The emotes. The Cahemotes. Cahemotes? That's homology, man. At tier 3? Wait, at tier 3? Huh? Yeah! What the hell? Thank you! That's really kind of you, man. I entirely blanked on that. I don't tend to look at tiers, but thank you. I had not twigged that. Thank you, dude. That is very kind. My apologies for entirely missing that. Thank you for pointing it back out to me. Lest I would have entirely skimmed over it. Maybe I need to make like a higher tier emote. You paid for it, can't prime here, no laptop. I see. Still, you didn't have to go all the way to tier 3, so thank you, man, that's very kind. I do wonder if I should get, like, rewards and stuff for people. I don't know, like... What's it called? I know, like, people are always like, oh yeah, you should invest in, like, other sources of income as well, like Patreon and Ko-Fi. And yeah, sure, makes sense. But, my issue is I'm always like, I'm not sure if I got, like, any actual, like, awards, any actual, like, incentives. Because generally it's like, oh yeah, you'll see videos early and stuff. Or you get a doodad out of it. I ain't got any doodads. I got no doodads at all. It said like you get seen more or something. Huh. I mean, I'm not seeing any specific boost on your messages. I guess we'll see. But yeah, maybe I need to make a special, unique tier 3 emote, you know? Really make it worth it. The most special emote. Get you boost the redeem not I mean, in a way, because you do get more channel points, I think. It's like you will get to, you know, the number quicker. So you're not entirely wrong, but it also means you get to abuse the woo yeah baby. What is the ratio? Twitch tier 3 sub channel point gain. Tier 1 is 1.2 times, tier 2 is 1.4, tier 3 is 2 times. Tier 3 is 2 times the gain. How long did Kepler say? Whoa, yeah, baby. That's what you went for. That's what it's all about. Woo! Joking, but still a fun suggestion. 100 per 5 minutes? Ooh. That is pretty solid. So if I stream for 3 hours on average, if I stream for 300, if I stream for 3 hours on average, that is 180 minutes. 180 divided by 5 is 20. 36? So 3,600. That feels low. No, Mango generally gets about 1k per stream, right? Yeah, your internet's really shit. You sent that woo like 2 minutes ago. Oh no. Well, it honestly came at quite a good time all the same. In the end, the timing still worked out, so... Maybe I should do something funky. I remember A-Drive used to, I think for every Twitch subscriber, sing part of the Pokemon theme song. It might have been a higher tier. So I remember he also had that was easy button that he pressed for specific things. But I guess adding a gimmick like that would be a good idea, because that, like, encourages people to sub, right? But then again, I guess I'd need enough new viewers to motivate that with. Maybe it was gifted subs? I can't remember. Been a while since I watched an A-Drive stream, I'll be honest. Then again, I don't think he streams as much anymore. No, he's doing his, like, trading card game and stuff. Alright. Whoa! Double egg. I don't know if Felix is lurking around. For in 10 encounters time is his prophesized shiny. Maybe! I know what your tier 3 reward can be, Rob. I know what it can be now. If Felix is wrong, you get to kill him. Yeah? I think that's a pretty good deal, honestly. I am HO. Alright. I think we almost have a full team of eggs if we don't just straight up have a full team of eggs. Because this lady is not laying any at all! Dismal. Nice, your snipers are already in place. Good to hear it, good to hear it. It's funny because I saw like someone being like, saying that they were making like a better team UI for Scarlet and Violet. And I was thinking about that because I think the team UI in Scarlet and Violet is probably one of the best they've done in a bit. Just because it's on the pause menu. Like your most visited place on this screen are the bag and the Pokemon team, right? So entirely removing the Pokemon team option and just flushing it into the menu. To be fair, like, they could style it a bit better, but I think it's pretty clear that Scarlet and Violet's concept for its menu is trying to make it nice and see-through so you can see if there's any Pokemon you want to catch in the background. Because obviously Scarlet and Violet... I mean, maybe they could single-player-wise, but especially in the multiplayer, which is a big focus of all of its, like, marketing material, even if it's a feature I've not really used. Even if Scarlet and Violet... There. Even if Scarlet and Violet, made my brain work, which they don't. They don't do that. Even if Scarlet and Violet made the entire game pause when you pause the thing, in the multiplayer they wouldn't be able to do that. So being able to see what's behind the menu could be quite important for spotting a potential Pokemon that you'd want to see. Pizza Boy, hello, how goes it? I hope your week has gotten off to a good start. I'm shiny hunting for Croagunk today. I want 30. That number, however, is how long this single Masuda method hunt has taken. So hopefully it wraps up soon. Have you found any shinies lately? Oh. But yeah, I wonder if next Pokemon game will have the multiplayer feature that Scarlet and Violet had. Because it's an interesting concept, but I wonder... I guess I saw a lot of people using it on release, right? Nope, understandable. Yeah, I saw people using it on release, and it, from what I understood, has the benefit of some games when they, like, allow you to do multiplayer with other people, they don't let you progress the story, and Scarlet and Violet did. From what I understand, which is pretty cool. Maybe there were limits to that, but I'm pretty sure I saw people progressing the story there. Except, I think Area Zero's, like, off out of bounds. It does make me wonder if that will be, like, a feature they try to bring back in the future. Because I feel like it's one of the less discussed features in the game, even though I'm sure it was probably one of the hardest ones to implement. All in all. To be fair, it's pretty cool. Just the idea that you could progress the game with, like, your friends. Like, I can see why they, like, added it. Because Pokemon's always been a very... Pokemon as a franchise has always tried to, like, emphasize playing with others. Since the beginning, they've always had the two versions to encourage people to... They've always had the two versions for version exclusives, so it would encourage people to trade between the two versions. It means if little Timmy on the playground, who's got Pokemon Red, wants a... I don't know which the Red exclusives are. I'm going to assume Growlithe's in Red, because Growlithe is Red. If little Timmy, who's got Red, wants a Growlithe, it means that he's going to have to go to his buddy Dave and ask to trade for one. So, like, it's a very logical next step of the franchise to let you have multiplayer in that way. But I wonder how much, like, Game Freak feel a need to bring that back immediately, right? Like, I wonder how game-changing of a feature that was for some people. Like, I didn't really use it, you know? That wasn't really a feature I used. I'm not sure if it's something I'd say I regret at this point. I'm not sure who I would have invited into the world at the time. I'm not sure who I would have played it with, but it wasn't a... It wasn't really a feature I used. Like, I'm sure there are so many other, like, players And again, like, the target audience kids, so I wonder, like, how used it was as a feature. Because that, like, would depend on... Because I'm sure, like, that would very heavily make Game Freak decide on whether they're going to bring it back in the next generation, right? Oh well, someday. Yeah, sorry, Felix. But yeah, you won't get to see it. Rob, take the shot. Rob, kill that guy. But, Rip indeed. But, because as a feature, I think it could very much be expanded. Like, the proper ability to interact with the other people you're playing with at any given time, right? Which I don't really believe was all that much of a feature in Scarlet and Violet. I'm not sure if you could actually, like, talk to other people. Like, imagine if you could send both of your Pokemon out and they'd, like, play together. I could imagine that being, like, a kind of feature that they'd want to push for. I mean, it's features I hope we get is more of that, like, kind of, It's ironic because in Gen 6 we got Pokemon and Me, which was, like, a very good, like, play with your Pokemon feature, right? But I feel like it's kind of only gone downhill from there. Sword and Shield, I guess, arguably has a similar thing, but Scarlet and Violet only really has cleaning. I don't think you can, I don't think you can, like, play with your Pokemon. There is the ball, to be fair. There is the ball. But, Gunk, indeedy, my voice broke glass. I hope your week has gotten off to a good start. We are continuing on the Gunk hunt today. Imagine if it's 995, Felix. What would you do then? What would you do if it was 995? Yup. But yeah, what was I looking for? Like, I could very much see them trying to introduce more and more ways to interact with your Pokemon in the next generation. Especially if, well, yeah, no, I could see that being, like, a big thing that they'd want to do. Right? Like, I think open world has kind of become a weird norm for video games to kind of strive for some reason. But I think Pokemon is one of those games that could really benefit from being open world, right? Does benefit from being open world. Has benefited from being open world. I still remain adamant on the fact that Scarlet and Violet, despite their shortcomings, were really fun to play. And I think, like, what Game Freak should be focusing on is making that world more lifelike. I think one of the big complaints was Pokemon didn't entirely feel alive in the world, but, given that they've only been roaming out in the wild for a gen and a bit, prior to Scarlet Violet. Like, I'd say that is still the most lifelike they'd been, if that makes sense. And I hope that we only step up from there. I would be a big fan of the Pokemon. Yeah, like, I feel like that's the natural way to take it. And I think your Pokemon interacting with your friend's Pokemon would be a really great way of kind of establishing a much more lifelike, like a Pokemon game that's trying to like emphasize like Pokemon. I'm just interested to see if we'll get a very like sparse region again, because like the Pokemon world is very naturous, I've noticed. I think Sun and Moon are, ironically, because textually they are, or is that right? No, even Alola's a very sparse region. There's more roads in Sun and Moon, I feel. There's more like actual main paved roads. Most other Pokemon games prior kind of are just, what's it called? Paths. Dirt paths. Yeah, no, I've always felt one of the things that irked me about Scarlet and Violet was how a franchise that started off kind of emphasizing the industrialization of the world, how Scarlet and Violet's region is just very sparse. Is more or less like wild, untamed wilderness with smaller settlements scattered throughout it. But I guess that's most Pokemon regions. It's just we don't really notice it as much because there are specific paths between them. But really, those paths are still dirt. As populated the world, like, the wilderness of Pokemon is pretty populated, right? And even in Scarlet and Violet it is. There are always people around, but okay, fair enough, my voice break glass. I hope you have a great rest of your day. But, yeah, fine. You know, most Pokemon regions are pretty sparse and underdeveloped outside of very specific areas. Like, Nacrene to Castelia is a road, but that runs through Pinwheel Forest, which is a very wild, untamed area. And the route between, like, Castelia and Nimbasa is a desert. It would be interesting to see them make a more developed world in the next open world game, though, to be fair. One that maybe does have its, like, untamed wilds, but has more of a focus on the fact that it's more industrialized. Because I think in Scarlet and Violet it's a lot more noticeable, because maybe the lack of interiors. Also, the general lack of houses around the region. Like, I don't think I can name a single, like, just random building in the middle of nowhere in Scarlet and Violet. Other than, like, the lighthouses. Like, it's always towns and settlements. There's never, like, the random building in the middle of nowhere. There are some in Kitakami. I think there's maybe one in Kitakami. But, like, I don't think there are any in Paldea. And it'd be interesting to see a more industrialized Pokemon region. But, it wouldn't surprise me if they continue going for the whole world is very naturous, right? Like, that's the weird thing with Pokemon, right? Is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet seem to have taken, like, a lot of inspiration from, like, Breath of the Wild, maybe Genshin Impact and stuff like that. in, like, their open world. But Pokemon's, like, a modern-day civilization. Surely a Pokemon open world should be similar to, like, GTA's. Or more similar to, like, GTA's. Or, like, proper firm roads interlink everything. As people crawl through, like, every barren orifice of the region. Which I think would work very well given the bikes are the main mode of transportation. Maybe that's the other reason I feel so weird that Paldea is such a sparse region. Because the bikes are the main, like, form of transportation. And bikes fundamentally are... like, they're motorbikes. They're meant to be, like, motorbikes. And while they're wild Pokemon all the same, like, you could expect there to be, like, firm roads for those guys to travel across, and then there isn't. Is there even, like, an actual paved road linking any two towns in the region? I'll be very interested to see what Gen 10 looks like, because, I don't know, it just feels like Scarlet and Violet. I do still like Paldea, and I think it fundamentally does work well with the whole find your treasure, explore the wilderness. The world's vast, go explore it. You know? But it's just very strange to see, like, a world that's supposedly modern, on par with our technology, where the towns aren't even linked by anything. But, like, dirt paths. But maybe that's the kind of vibe they're trying to achieve with the Pokemon world. Like, at Day's End I'd be saying this stuff, but, like... maybe that's the idea. Maybe that's the point. Is that the Pokemon world's meant to be a lot more, like, wild. They want it to be, like, venturing through the wilderness on a hike. They want it to be, like, the wondrousness of nature. Like, honing in on the ideas established by the first game of... embodying the ideas established by the first game of giving kids a new way to... well, not a new way, but... I guess kind of a new way. The first games were based on on the creators' bug collecting, right? So I guess making the world a very, like, vibrant and wild place kind of reflects that aspect of the franchise, if not the other themes that Gen 1 laid down. I guess it could be interesting to see what ZA is going to say. Because the game's about the industrialization of Lumio City. I mean, I guess that's, you know, it's set in the past assumption. But, like, if that is the way it goes, the destruction of natural Pokemon's habitats is surely going to be at least a vague thing touched upon. There'll be at least one side quest where where there'll be a Pokemon displaced and struggling in a world that isn't what it used to be. Since the Legends games seem to want to take on a bit more of a mature tone. it could be interesting to see the themes established in Red and Blue touched upon again. Just obviously in a new setting. I will say, it's really surprising how radio silent they've been on ZA. They announced it and dipped. Like, obviously the franchise hasn't, like, stagnated or any bullshit like that. Like, that's untrue. They've been working on new projects, they've been working on updates for old projects and stuff. Like, all that shit's been still happening, right? Scarlet and Violet raids have still remained, so have, like, other events. The wheels of the Pokemon franchise have kept on turning, but just ZA, nothing. I'm not sure if it's even been acknowledged since it's been announced. Like, I mean, yeah, no, I'm just interested to see. It's interesting because people are always like, oh yeah, I'd rather them focus on... Oh. Insider information. They're figuring out the best way to tell us that Gourgeist and Aromatisse are the new faces of the franchise. Let's go, honestly. The first time I saw Aromatisse, I was like, wow, that's one of the coolest, best designed Pokemon I've ever seen. I think it looks great. If only this killed and replaced Pikachu. But yeah, like, people seem to keep on, like, bring up this idea of, like... I don't think it's untrue, but the idea that they want to focus on developing the game rather than making trailers? Which, on one hand, you do need a build. You do need, like, a trailer build, right? If you're going to make a trailer for a game, you need a build to make the trailer with. You generally don't use, like, the build of the game you're working with. You generally, like, hone up specific details, polish it all up, and to, like, make the build that... like, you're gonna... Yeah, like, you generally make a build of the game to present in the trailer, right? To have all the, like, trailer shots and shit. That's generally, like, a specific build made for it. But by the same token, like... creating and presenting a trailer shouldn't affect the development pipeline, although I guess it probably does a bit. I don't know, I just feel like I see the people kind of mindlessly going, oh, I'm sure it's because they want to focus on developing the game, when there's been no news. But then I see the other people being like, no, that's not how it works. And it's like, but it kind of is, I guess? Like, it is how it works a little bit. Because you got to make the trailer build. Which is going to divert resources. I just find it interesting how radio silent it's been. Like, I was pretty adamant we'd get a September announcement until, obviously, September when we got announcements for other things. And I don't know, like, September's waning. We're getting to September's end. I'm just very interested to see if we do get anything in the next, what, 7, 8 days? Or if we're going to be waiting into the new year until we hear anything new. In the first Scarlet and Violet trailer, did we see any gameplay? Because we certainly didn't see any new Pokemon. We did see gameplay! They showed us just kind of clips of the region. They showed us a bunch of Pokemon we already knew about, just vibing. And then they showed off the school. Nemona's house. And Mesa Goza as well. They did show off Mesa Goza like you're saying, Felix. And then they show off the player's house. I'm just starting to realise, I think ZA is the first time in a while that we didn't see anything, any of the gameplay, when the game was announced. You could have probably given me 4 hours to think that name and I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Yeah, Mesa Goes is weird, because it's fundamentally one of the biggest cities in the franchise. But there's no reason to do anything there. Like, I think the most I do in Mesa Goza is I pop into, the fucking pharmacy to buy proteins. When a new raid emerges. Like, I think that's the thing that they really need to do. I mean, they need to do it in the next Pokemon games. It's all set in Lumiose. Apparently. But, like, they need to go back to whatever they were doing to give their cities flavour back in Black and White and X and Y. Because, like, any playthrough you do in either of those games, you spend multiple hours in the main city, right? You spend less time in Mesa Goza. There is less to do in Mesa Goza than there is in Castelia. The first time they tried one of these big city doodads. Like, Mesa Goza is a really cool city with great vibes. But it just kind of feels a little hollow. Like, Scarlet and Violet, it's fair enough that the open world is kind of the focus, but, oh my god, no wait, no, never mind. I was gonna wonder if the whole lack of interiors was to do with the multiplayer, and maybe it is, but there are interiors even in the multiplayer, I think. But yeah, like, I don't know, I hope we get better cities in Gen 10. Because there's a lot of really cool design places in Scarlet and Violet, right? But, brain. There are a lot of really cool design places in Mesa Goza. No. Paldea. There are some great design places in Paldea, like Zapapico, Cascavara, stuff like that, but like it feels like there's only very specific places in which there's actual stuff to do. It feels like there's no wider stuff to do like they managed to do in Castelia and Lumiose. Making great content, thank you for existing. Thank you, Gohan, that's really kind of you. Welcome to the stream. I hope that your week has gotten off to a good start. I'm hunting for Croagunk today, although we're about to hit double odds on this singular hunt, which I'm not chuffed about. But yeah, you find any shinies recently? Like, again, I think I still really enjoyed Scarlet and Violet, but I'm interested to see where they can go from it. And how far they're willing to go from it in the next generation. Hopefully a long way. But I guess we will see. Just started to play through of Omega Ruby. It's your first time playing Pokemon ever, to be honest. I see. I hope you enjoy it. Omega Ruby's a good one. Definitely one of my favorites. It just brings a really nice vibe to Hoenn, which I enjoy. And, I mean, on the topic of megacities, I think New Morval definitely, I'm not sure if it does have as much to do as Lumiose or Castelia, but it still has a lot to do in it. Which is very cool. Although, obviously, it's remained quite controversial in its entire overhaul of what Morval is in Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. I wonder what the exact reasons for Morval's entire overhaul were. Like, it's very much the crossroads in the center of the region. It makes sense that it's a big place. Because you can get to, like, all the corners of Hoenn pretty easily from Morval. And in fact, the game kind of uses that to its own advantage on multiple occasions. Like, obviously... You know what, I won't spoil too much. I just realized you said you just started playing, I won't elaborate. But, so, like, it makes sense why Morval was the place they chose to, like, upgrade, rather than, like, Slateport, for example. Although Slateport's already a pretty big place. Like, I don't know, I kind of like, Morval. I think it's New Morval. I think its vibes are cool. But, no, wait, New Morval's the other one. It is still Morval City, isn't it? Right. Next egg. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire were a good game for shiny hunting as well. Dexnab was a very fun feature. It's a shame we probably won't end up seeing much like it again. Now Pokemon are transitioning to finding Pokemon out in the wild, physically. Like, Dexnab really feels like they took PokeRadar and, like, upgraded it. Because obviously PokeRadar is all about, like, finding Pokemon in specific patches of grass. If you run into a Pokemon in just regularly, instead of in the specific patch of grass, then you break the chain. So, like, the core concept's more or less the exact same. If you want a specific Pokemon, obviously Dexnab just kind of activates quite often. But if you want a specific Pokemon, you actively have to search for it. And you have to move around and walk around if you can't find one at the time. I mean, yeah, Auras are actually really good for shiny hunting, because they've got, like, a lot of different methods just available out the gate. Like, a lot of, I guess not a lot anymore. And again, I was gonna say, like, it's nice how all the shiny hunting methods are available from the start in Auras. unlike some games. But then I realized that the only other shiny hunting method before then had been the Poke Radar, right? There was no other method before the Poke Radar, nor after the Poke Radar in Diamond and Pearl. The biggest shiny hunting... Oh, Masuda. Masuda method. Silly me. I'm literally doing that one right now as well. So that's the best one to forget. Good going, Cahir. Oh yeah, Gohan, which starter did you pick? It'll be interesting how they handle the Megas. At least will they add everyone or just the ones from Gen 6? I think they could foresee the backlash they'd get for just adding the Gen 6 ones, right? But my question is... Are they going to deliberately add all the Megas? Right? Because, like... There are some Auras Megas of Pokemon that can be found in Gen 6, right? Can Weedle be found in Gen 6? I'd assume so. Yeah. Weedle can be found in Gen 6, so it would make sense for them to have Mega Beedrill in the game, for example, and Mega Pidgeotto as well. No, Pidgeot. I think Mega Howlucha. I feel like that's very high on the list of likelihoods, honestly. I'd be surprised if we didn't get Mega Howlucha. Like, I think that, Malamar, Klawitza, Dragology, I could see those. Pangoro. Like, I think there are a lot of Pokemon that are very, like, high on the list of Mega probabilities. Yeah, no, I'd say Howlucha, Pyroar, and Pangoro are the most likely. I guess you're used to me saying things like Mega Wormadam and Mothim. True enough, you are generally more after the Nisha guys. But I feel like Howlucha's too iconic a Gen 6 Pokemon. I'd be really surprised if it didn't get anything. But, like, yeah, no, I think we're going to see some Auras Megas in the game. I think it'd be weird if we had no Auras Megas in the game. But, will we see them all? First Mega Middle Stage, Mega Spewpa. Nah, there's no way. They'll probably forget to even put it in the Pokedex. Given what it is, you know? Given how forgettable it is. Alright. Oh wow, we are like at 1,000 basically. That's whack. In a bad way. I wonder how Vivion's gonna work in ZA though, because Vivion's probably gonna be in it. It'd be weird if it wasn't. But obviously Vivion in Scarlet Violet, you could only get its other forms by using Go. Because obviously there's no region locking on the Switch. So I wonder if they're just going to do that again or what. Yeah, they probably will, I'll be honest. Excited to see Furfur again. That is true. Also, we hit the 1k. That is true. It'll be cool to see Furfur again. Return of the King and whatnot. Alright, Croagunk number 1000. I'm going to save this one. Fuck! I've flooded. What was... It was 9:30. It was 9:30. Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet and then we're gonna sort this mess out. I will be right back. And I am back. It is me. It's GG, thank you. Alright. I'm going to take a drink quickly and then we'll get to sorting this out. It's crazy how quickly I like to reinitiate the cycle, right? I put this one here because I don't want it to get lost. I need it to stay. You know, I'll put it here instead. It's funny because when I was looking for Ho-Oh last week, I had a bit of a scare. Wait, so 1,000 is not a multiple. 1,000 is not a multiple of 60. obviously. The last one I was at was 930. So 990 was my last thing, which means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. Okay, it's 10. TDLR. 10. Alright. 1025 it is, I see. I will mark that down as the exact number that we won't be getting it. Is that my stomach? What the fuck? Like growled at me. It just straight up like a low pitch, like. Concerning. We'll be looking into this. This being my stomach, I guess. Anyway. Wait a fucking second. I counted 10 over. Was that not 1,000? Was that 1,002? Because I've still got one in my team. Or did I just accidentally release... No, the shiny ones are elsewhere. Yeah, here they are. Cool. If you don't shoot, you can't... That is true, Felix. That is true. If you don't shoot, you can't score. But I will say that I think of Rob as a very truthful guy, you know, very respectable individual. Because he doesn't lie. Whereas you do. You changed your address, so you don't know who Rob sniped. Uh-oh. Alright. Next time I won't miss. Whoa. Whoa. You better watch your back, Felix. Maybe you need to move country and change nationality again. Alright. Almost there. Australia error incoming. Wait. If you do that, flip, all you've got to do is flip your profile picture upside down. Just rotate it 180. Real. They call me the idea guy. Alright. I'm gonna leave 8. Because then we can be at 1,000 exactly. Even if we aren't. I am cheating. Okie dokie. Egg time. I'm on the right box, right? Yeah. Yeah, boy. The other day I was browsing on Twitter, I know. Bad move. Big mistake. But I saw a reference to something I've not thought about, and it must be like 6, maybe 5 years. Longest yeah boy ever. Someone quoted the longest yeah boy ever thing. I think that they edited it to say something else. But I haven't thought about the longest yeah boy ever in years. Like, that was like one of the big memes, and like, I kind of respected it, you know? Your algorithm's been so bad recently. I've been mostly on my following page recently, to be fair. Because, yeah, I've been mostly on my following page recently. Because of my attempt to limit my Twitter time. Which has been successful, I'd say. I think I am on Twitter less. Sometimes I open up my my browser to look on Twitter, and then I remember it's not in my bookmarks because I'm trying to stop using it, so I don't. So it was functional. I'm using Twitter less, which I'm proud of myself. I just need to actually start doing things in the time where I would be using Twitter. Instead of just staring vaguely off into the distance. Which is less mentally draining, but not all that productive all the same. The one thing I am sad about, though, is it means I can't watch that one Matt Smith stan. Can't keep as close an eye on that one Matt Smith stan watching the Peter Capaldi series. That does sadden me. But I've been rewatching Doctor Who Season 10 all the same. So that's been great. It's funny because, so, Doctor Who's fanbase has been the same for a while. Where, like, the latest shit they've despised with a passion, for some reason. Like, as much as I kind of stand by the fact that I didn't really like Whittaker's era that much, like, the fanbase had been like that for Whittaker's, Capaldi's. I thought you meant, like, target audience. With the target audience? No, I meant the fandom. I meant the Docky Who fandom. But, you know, like, so it's been nice watching Season 10 without going on YouTube after every episode and watching a review where a guy rips it to shreds, saying, like, this is shit, this is awful, I fucking hate Doctor Who. I miss how it used to be like when I was young. And everything was good. And I've been really enjoying it because of that, right? I've been having a great time. There's some really fucking good shit in Season 10. Like, some really, really good episodes. Capaldi's characterization of the Doctor, never mind, can't word it, understandable. Are they all saying that? Like, a large portion of the fan base had the opinion that the Doctor Who episodes in Capaldi's era weren't good, but Capaldi was a very good actor. Right? It was that the episodes were shit, but Capaldi was carrying them. But upon rewatching, I would say the episodes were really good. And Capaldi's a really good actor still. That part didn't change, but the episodes are also good. And, like, I kind of internalized the kind of, like, whole, oh, Capaldi's a good actor, but he's not been given much good stuff to work with. But he had been given good stuff to work with. That's a lie! He did have good stuff to work with. And, like, there's just really good shit, like the one on, like, the Frozen Thames. Like, that was a fucking banging episode. Oxygen, I think, should be an all-timer. The one where, like, they only have a limited amount of breaths on that spaceship. Like, that's a fucking good episode. And the Doctor actually having to face consequences for his actions after that, golden. Which then leads into another 2 banging episodes, which aren't just because of the new limitations placed on the Doctor. I don't know, I've just been out since 10, so I know absolutely nothing. Well, you should you should watch Capaldi's era. You should watch the Peter Capaldi stuff. I'll stand by it. I'll stand by Peter Capaldi. I fucking love Capaldi's era. Brilliant Doctor. Yeah, the 2 episodes after are, like, brilliant. They're such cool and interesting concepts, right? Oxygen's, like, kind of a... almost like... It's not a part 1, it's its own standalone episode. In comparison to the next 3 episodes, which are all connected over the same story arc. As much as they're very much standalone-ish. They're, like, connected to, like, running towards the same story arc, which Oxygen sets a foundation for, but, like, isn't. But there's some really good shit in it. Like, that final scene of Extremis, great, but, like, a really interesting concept for a Doctor Who episode. And I probably would watch it given the opportunity. I just don't have a TV license, so no iPlayer. Ah, I see, I see. Is there nowhere else to watch Doctor Who? Is it not on Disney Plus in the UK? I guess not. Well, if you have a VPN... But, although then again, I don't think the OG Doctor Who series... I think it's only Chuchi stuff that's on iPlayer, not iPlayer, on Disney Plus. But yeah, what was it called? I think it might be Hulu that the rest of it's on. To watch Doctor Who Season 8 USA. Oh, HBO Max, maybe? Which I don't think you could get with a VPN, so, boo up. Not good. But, I guess you could always go to Sex and see if they have a box set. Um, I'm still blind to real. But yeah, like, Extremis is a fucking banger of an episode, right? Love Extremis. And then the pyramid at the end of the world, following on from it, built, like... I had to search the phrasing because I was mixing it up with something from SpongeBob. I'm still blind, Mr. Squidward! Noddle is kind of like Squidward, really. But yeah, don't insult Squidward like that. But, brain. Yeah, no, and then, Pyramid at the End of the World is fucking... I fucking love that one. The Doctor's great in it as well. Like... playing really well. And, like, the ending... And then it's time for the final part. The final part of it all. The big crescendo of this story that's been building for the past 4 episodes. And the main plot beat of it is, basically trailer bait. Where they make one of the characters act really out of character. Specifically so they can get a cool scene for the trailer. Like, it's almost cool, and then it goes on for a bit too long. And then they make Bill Potts act so out of character that it's just silly. And then the rest of the episode just kind of happens. And it's okay, there are cool parts of it, I guess. But I'm just really bothered by the fucking trailer bait. Like, it was an episode I was looking forward to going into with a fresh mind. Because I remembered, like, that episode was a very big one for me when I was in, like, getting to the rewatch. Was like, I wonder how it's going to hold up without the scrutiny of fucking everyone else, right? Because I remember that was a despised episode by the fandom when it released. And I was like, well, there are a lot of, like, despised things by the fandom, right? Is it actually that bad? I'm sure it's pretty solid. And then I rewatched it and I was like, no, this is a letdown of a final for, like, one of the coolest story arcs that's been building so far. The issue is there are so many cool pieces that make up the episode. So many cool concepts and ideas, and it's all just ruined by this one chunk in it that's exclusively made to be put in a trailer, basically. That's exclusively setting up a problem that didn't need to be there. Like, Bill Potts doesn't even know what regeneration is. He didn't fucking explain it to her. She doesn't know why he did that. She just thinks he's a fucking drama king. Which he is. Like, that's the part that's always, like... It's not the part that, like, it was the part that has historically bothered me the most about that moment, right? Is, Bill doesn't know. I don't know why I keep on calling her by her full name. Bill doesn't know what regeneration is. She doesn't know. So why was that part of it? That's not going to sell her on it more. Because she doesn't even fucking know what's going on. But now, it's the fact she did it in the first place, you know. It's how out of character of a moment that was for her. I could see an argument. The issue is I can't be so specific on why I fucking hate that moment, because I don't want to spoil it. But maybe I should just go ahead and spoil it, because, like, is Rob even going to understand what this is meaning out of context? And Felix already knows exactly what it was. But yeah, it's just such a, like, it's a bad ending to the three-parter, which is a shame because up until that point, I liked every single episode of the series, right? There wasn't a single one I walked out feeling, like, underwhelmed by. And I enjoyed the one after as well. Empress of Mars was another great one. I love a good bit of Ice Warriors. I like those funky guys. I like the Ice Warriors. And I just thought it was a really fun setup for an episode. A Victorian-era army are on Mars. And they're gonna fight the Ice Warriors. Like, that episode was some good shit. I'm looking forward to, getting through the rest of the series, because obviously it's got an all-timer of a finale. But, the issue is the monks are such a cool concept. Like, I'm more willing to talk about the monks in general, because I feel like that's going to be, like, less easy of a thing to... Like, if you've not seen the episodes, you're not going to fully understand what, like, all these things slot together into. But, like, a species that simulates your history, finds a weak point, in which they can come on in and be like, we'll save you, we'll help you. And then, like, obviously, these guys have fucking alternate motives. But that isn't obvious at all, right? Like, the Doctor would have always been suspicious of them, because he's the fucking Doctor. It only helps that he had the information that he did to know that they were not going to be helping. But, like, anyone else would look at that and be like, oh, this seems like a done deal, right? Anyone else would look at that and be like, oh, that's great, that's awesome. Go on then. Go on then. I can have a bit of that. But then it's like... I think it's cool. I think they're a really cool idea. I'm not really sure how they could be brought back. They were very much a one-time dealio, I do think. But I think they're a really cool concept, which kind of, again, makes it sadder that the final part of it is just such a... It's such a, yeah, that's a series of events. And, like, there was the cool shit, like, they had to wear the headphones to block out the mind wave, the mind control. Like, that was cool. Cool parts of it. But... I'm still torn as to whether Extremis or Oxygen is my favourite, though. Because Extremis... Like, there are so many things that build that up into a really cool episode. Right? Like, there are just multiple, like, facets of it that kind of build that up into a really cool... Even alone, it works as an episode, right? Obviously, like, the end of it, it's like, oh, what's gonna happen next? But, like... Even alone, it works really well as an episode. And I just love the Doctor at the end. He's great. All right. But yeah, I've basically been watching like one episode before bed every night. I sit down, watch one episode. I go upstairs and hit the hay in it. And that's the method, that's the dub, that's the dealio. You'd get nightmares. Yeah, that's fair. I used to be, like, very easily influenced by vague bits of horror. Like, when I watched 2012, I had multiple nightmares about it happening. Like, and that shit would keep me up at night. Like, I'd get nightmares about it, but, like, before then, I would not be able to fall asleep, because I'd be dreading about all this, like, natural disasters happening and shit. But, I mean, there haven't really been any, like, the horror episode, TM. Oh, wait, no, I think the next episode's a bit of a horror episode, isn't it? The one after Empress of Mars is a kind of horror-y episode. But the main horror episode is Vaulting Up in Time. Which I haven't seen Classic Coup. I think I should get around to it. But Vaulting Up in Time is one of the best uses of the Cybermen. Cannot stress enough how it is one of the best uses of the Cybermen. Like, if Russell T Davies came up to me and was like, CahirLIVE, I want you to write a Doctor Who story, I'd be like, please, Russell, please, let me use the Cybermen, Russell, please, please. And I'd make a fucking old-timer. An old-timer horror story about the Cybermen. Because they are one of the most horrifying concepts in Doctor Who, right? Like, kind of the Borg and Cybermen and shit, like, that kind of, like, loss of humanity. Like, I think you can cook something, like, rancid with that. And they do. They do cook something rancid with that. But most of the time, it's just like, Robo guys. Like, there are a lot of horrifying elements that they use the Cybermen for. Like, the end of Season 8 is, I think, another good one of, like... Oh, yeah, we're making a Cyberman out of everyone who dies. They almost do well with the horror there, right? But they kind of gun for more of the emotional angle, I think. They kind of gun for more of the, like, emotional circumstance of that story. Rather than the horror of, Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I like... The main use of it is for the emotional angle, right? Cyber zombies. It's what they are, though. They are just zombies. Right? Like you said, you see Tenet. You've seen the Cybermen. Like, they are just zombies. In a way. Encased in metal. I think... Like, the one other time they've impressed me with the Cybermen is I feel like a concept they underused. And that is when the Master made Time Lord zombies. Time Lord Cybermen. That is one of the coolest ideas. Arguably horrifying, if you hone in on the right elements of it. But they were more or less just like the backdrop to another story. To other stories. Every time they've been used, they've just been backdrop to... I will say... Weird how there's been, like... 2 Master stories. In New Who. 3. 3 Master stories in New Who that haven't revolved around the Cybermen. Like, Wild Enough in Time, I think just... Like, Wild Enough in Time and... Death in Heaven? I think that's the name of the episode. I think they warrant it, right? But then Sims Master, his first one, don't they just invent Cybermen 2 Electric Boogaloo? Like, that's all they have there, is just Cybermen 2 Electric Boogaloo. And then obviously, it's funny how, like, we've got multiple ways of referring to each of the Doctors, because we know the incarnation number, like, so, like, 12 or Capaldi work, 15 or Chuti work, right? I guess 10 and Tennant doesn't really work, given that it's now 14 or Tennant as well. Like, Tennant's Doctor no longer... You have to ask which one after that. Which... You know? But, what was it called? No, I've got a brainwave somewhere. But, like, the Masters, it's like... Well, okay, Missy... But it's like, oh, Sims Master. Sacha Dhawan's Master. Just the actor name. And that's it. No, people do call Sacha Dhawan Master Spy Master a lot, to be fair, because he does call himself that. I did like that reveal, because I really didn't see it coming. Which one episode do you think is the scariest? The one where... that family... have a kid. and he's like sending people into his dollhouse because he's scared of the dolls in there. So we have the doctor trying to figure out what's up with this kid. And then Amy and Rory are, like, running for their lives. But if those dolls catch you, they turn you into one of the dolls. And then it turns out at the end, like, the kid is not their son and is an alien who just kind of altered their memories and made them think he was their son. That's probably the one that scared me the most when I was a wee bab. So like 11. Maybe 12 by that point. But yeah. No eggs? Okay, so we're at 10:36. Maybe like another... Oh yeah, it's another 14-ish. I wasn't scared because I was like 20, but the gas mask job was a horrific idea. That is another good one. That is another good one. I like the lore of that one as well, of it being aliens who found, like, a dead kid, but he was wearing a gas mask, that they were just like, oh, that's how humans are meant to be. But, I watched that episode by the time I was, like... I think I must have been like 14 or 15. Maybe a bit older when I saw that episode for the first time. So it didn't end up scaring me as much. I thought it was like... Yeah. No, yeah. Like... I wonder if we're going to get any, like, proper horror aspects next season. Because 73 Yards was more of a psychological horror. But I feel like Doctor Who does a good job at, like, creating a monster that makes you break yourself. Right. But yeah, Doctor Who, good. I like Doctor Who. It's been a while since I watched it. Because I didn't really watch any of it during, I watched Jodie's first and second series, and I watched, like, the first episode of Flux. But I don't think I watched any more of that. The ones that affected you most, were noticing having two shadows or hearing clocks ticking. Hearing clocks ticking? Which one's that one? So I know the first one's the Basha Narada. I've not actually... Like, I think my greatest sin of Doctor Who is... I've not watched a season and a half of Tennant's run. About halfway through season 3, which is Martha's season, up until Waters of Mars, which was my first ever episode. The Girl in the Fireplace. Ah, yeah. That is one I've watched. But, I don't remember much about the horror aspects of that one. I just remember, the doctor trying to have sex with that one girl. But the worst one for you is Jodie, is the Jodie one where there's some microplastic disease just triggering... Oh, I vaguely remember that one? Like, you've just awakened a memory for me for that one. Yeah. No, that's the specials. That's this. Okay, that's a series. Was it series 11 or series 12 that one was in? I can't remember. I do not remember the order of that episode, huh? Not that episode, sorry, of, that series. Like, if you asked me, I would not have put the Saranga Conundrum. Maybe Arachnis... No, yeah, Arachnis in the UK I thought was later. I think. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm a fool. I think I might have stopped watching during Series 12, honestly. Was it Resolution? No, that's the Dalek one. Yeah, I cannot remember. Right. Like, I vaguely remember the episode, but I don't remember the number or anything. Oh yeah, I was going to ask, any idea how to make an airship go faster? If we stand at the back and go... I'm not sure if my microphone picked that up, but I'm blowing. And that was an idea you had. And how are we going to make that on the ship? I just turned my screen off. All right. Easy got an idea, or Grizz will? Is that you don't have the idea then, or... What spells do I have? I think that's the big question. What's new in Chrome? Who cares? Who cares what's new in Chrome? Not me. Let's make me log in again. I'll just dox myself if I was screen sharing that. Alright. I had the idea, but it needs to be Grizz's, I guess. Wait, you have the idea, but it needs to be Grizz's idea. Is that what you're saying? What spellies do I have? Yeah, I'm not sure I have anything that will repel us, unfortunately. Maybe I'll have something that can Yeah, they created the make. Oh, right, of course. I think that it might be too big, though. Like a fan big enough to propel us forward, right? I think that would be a bit too... Okay, sorry, I should probably clue everyone else in. I don't know how many people are even here. My gut's saying not many, but, basically in our campaign... A D&D campaign. Well, there's going to be a boat race. But it's airships, not regular boats. You know, with the cannons firing and all, I think combat might be illegal. Either that or a shit ton of lube. What are you and Jonah going to be getting up to? Stay safe.
Hey.
Hello, Mango. How goes it? I hope your week has gotten off to a good start. Alright. Oh yeah, we're over double odds now, by the way. Yeah, and grease up and streamline the ship. Oh no, that would work, wouldn't it? I think? You're playing a bit of the magic, but you're still getting the points. I see, I see. So no need to worry. Oh yeah, man, I was really worried there. I was so worried. I'm bricking myself, really. Yikes. Egg. Egg. Alright. Yeah, I'd say our probable end goal will be about like 1,100. I could see that being a dub. You're up to... Oh, you're up 1,292. I just put 12 them away. I thought you said you're up to 1,292, and I was like, Where did they go? Alright, so 4 more in the box, and it's full. So keep that in mind, I guess. You're up to 168,177. You're very close to 170k, huh? I need to get on making that redeem that's going to entice Mango more. I'll just enable it for like 1 stream points out, let Mango redeem it, and then might get that next stream. Hey, wow, that's exciting. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if next stream is going to be the red fight still, I'm going to be honest. I feel like I could be grinding quicker, is a blunt truth of the matter. But even so, I need a lot, like, getting the whole team to, like, level 70, it's taking a while. This is not a simple task. I'm contemplating just committing to, doing the full Tears of the Kingdom run, then the red fight. But I feel like if I did that, I'd just still procrastinate off grinding until it's too late. You just leave your PC and stream overnight. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. That sounds like a not good idea. But it would be very funny. Mayhaps. I don't think YouTube or Twitch would like me for it, though. Nor do I think a nice, loud, bright PC screen in the corner of my room would help me sleep. I guess I could turn the monitors off, but all the same. Oh, wait, no, yeah. What's it called? My computer lights. Grind the buff delete 4? Robert, I've not beaten blue. I still need to beat blue. Yeah, no, my PC lights are very loud, and I don't think I can turn them off. Like, I would use other methods, but I'm limited. Right. It's releasing time. That's the save button, but yeah, I can save. You know, no harm in a bit of saving. I think that's the real issue. The biggest issue. It's just the fact that, I can't grind him out silver or anything. Not really on the table. Because, I'd have to beat blue to do that. Oh, you don't need to have beaten blue for the buff delete 4? When do they get buffed up? Although then again, I guess they'd still be pretty strong. Maybe I should have been using the delete 4. Maybe I will. They're buffed immediately. Huh, whack. Maybe I will. Although I'm not sure I'll be able to beat them. Now that I think about it. And obviously, if they faint, then you know. They're dead. Right. Almost there. With this box. Oh look, a reviver seed on the ground next to the Elite Four, wow. Don't be silly, Felix, that's Mystery Dungeon. Highest is level 75 Dragonite. Yeah, my team's all still like 65. Actually, okay, 67 mostly. Luki is still a bit below. I'm underselling myself. When Arceus sings with his creation, will Mystery Dungeon not be part of the choir? I like that. It will, that's real, by the way. That's doable. Perchance. Maybe. We'll see. It might be better than the way I'm ramming my head against a brick wall at the moment. But I guess I'll have to find out. The hard way. I think if I do it, I'll put all my money back in the bank, though, you know. Alright. Alright, Serby is saying you do need the badges. Which is it, Biden? I mean, I guess I can just find out the hard way, but it'd be better if they were lower level, you know? That'll be easier to grind off of. But yeah, maybe I'll try that tonight. I do need to sort out Wednesday short. I do want to start getting into Kanto for my YouTube shorts. Hello. Very close. Alright. Did my phone's color only just hue shift? Confusing. So my phone does the thing where it hue shifts, it's about 10. But it feels like it is a... I thought this had already played. Confusing. Oh wait, no, I think... Wait. 22 unavailable videos? Oh, more songs got fucking eaten. I need to, like, just download my playlist or something. Because this is getting painful. Which even was it this time? That's not there, but is that? That was originally there? Crikey. Maybe try catching some chances too. I think it'll take longer to catch the Chansey. They are 1% appearance rate. In the areas they appear. They are 1%. And I don't think there's any way to actually up those odds. And with my luck lately, am I right? But yeah, I'm kind of mad about the more songs getting nuked. What if he force an outbreak? I see. May chance, we'll see. Does seem smart, but... No, I've got a Tears of the Kingdom side series going on, I'm not. Feeling the utmost urgency. Have been having fun with Tears of the Kingdom. Love a good bit of Tears of the Kingdom. And I've got my exclusive and genius plan. On how I'm going to get to Rito Village. Kingdom Tears indeed. Apparently it was originally going to be called Tears of the Dragon, but they decided that that was too spoilery of a title. Which it kind of is, and it kind of makes sense as to why they didn't announce the title, all that, like, why they took so long to announce the title. Because I'm sure initially they were like, we can't announce this. Trying to help, grinding sucks. That's true, that's true. But grinding is a nice brainless menial task you can do in the background. I'd rather not have to leap through hoops and manipulate RNGs. Sleep be creeping into my orifices, innit? Need to wake up. Joe Biden. Joe Biden. Wake up. Joe Biden. Okay.
Joe Biden, wake up.
Yes, sir, yes, sir. So, yes, sir. Joe, yes, Biden. I hope that guy's doing well. I hope he's living out his dreams. He's living a good life. Then that's all that really needs to be, you know. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Looks like this hunt might not be ending this stream neither. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. I'm, like, impressed by how long this one's managed to take. Maybe next time I do it, I'll, do some Croagunks elsewhere, just to break it up. Like, I know I've broken it up in other ways, to be fair, because I did the Gudra and stuff, but... You know. You know. Alright. The Gunk does not want to funk. The Gunk does not want to funk. That is true and correct. Oh. Oh. Another egg, I see. How intriguing. How interesting. It is a gunk. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly. Just to wake myself up before the final leg of the journey. So I will be right back, but make sure to stay tuned because we're gonna be getting the rest of some more eggs done and then Pokidoku, Pokidoku. I'm back. Pissed. Piss GG and whatnot. Bat emoticon. Him pissed. I'm pissed. I guess I'm pissed. Could be either. Or I could be pissed and pissed. You never know how it is. You never know how it is. Well, that's the thought. That new Penguin series is out, isn't it? Might have to look into watching that, potentially. Pissed and pissed and pissing in the piscine. I guess it's a bit unnatural to say that, but ooh, sounds French. It is. Ding, ding, ding. Full points. I did just say French for swimming pool. Do I know that because any investment in French? No, I know that because Life of Pi, the main character's full name, is Piscine. Je ne sais quoi. Real. I always remember comme ci, comme ça. Which, as far as I'm aware, is like average. Maybe I'm doing average, I'm doing alright. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I took a French class. Nearly a decade, honestly. You talk about a lot of things I know I watched, but don't remember because it was too long ago. You should rewatch Life of Pi. Life of Pi is great. I love Life of Pi. One of my favourite movies. And not just because it has a tiger in it, okay? That part is still an amount of it. I think that's part of why I was initially drawn to it, yes. Came for the tiger, stayed for a brilliant movie. Cahir Popota? Et de Bois? Yeah, no, Life of Pi is my favourite film ever. I will not beat around the bush on that fact. It is my favourite film of all time. Means chat in French. Ah, I see. Makes sense. So, it's probably more like papote. Wrong gunk, but oh well. Maybe we won't get to 1100. It's crazy because this hunt has taken 10% of the time of the encounters that the Minchino hunt has taken so far. Which is kind of fucked up. More than 10%, to be clear. Right. Or PP. PP! You know, that sounds like something I'd call my... Oh, wait, no, you... Okay, literally... Okay, sorry, I thought you were saying it was another word for chat. I think, yeah, no, it makes sense. Makes more sense, I guess. Sun and Moon are so cool. Love them. Is that a guy with a gun? What the hell? Mango, who are you shooting? Anyway. Alright, I think it's almost time for Pokedoku, I will be honest. YouTube chat. Oh, I see. That makes sense. Well, Felix has had it coming. I'll give it that. And since Rob has, been so ineffective... Ow. I think I'm good on. I mean, yeah, sure, let's do that. First things first. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Second things second. Yeah, we go. We are A-okay. How dare? How dare? How dare? Dare how? I'm not ineffective, I'm just lazy. Oh, I see. You know what? I guess I can excuse that. This time. Alright. We are stockpiling eggs, but not stockpiling Croagunks, which is a bit strange. Why aren't them frog hatching? Why aren't them frog hatching? Mmm, eggs. Mmm, eggs. 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 You should buy some. You should buy some eggs. I agree with. I can get behind that sentiment. You can do a lot with eggs. Throw them at people. You can do like one main thing. Can my monitor turn the fuck back on, please? Wouldn't it have been funny if that was the shiny? Yeah. Turn on. Psst, psst, psst. Come on. Psst, 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 psst. Psst, psst, psst. Why would you throw them? To spite your enemies. No one likes having egg on their face. Eggs cost a bit nowadays. You make a good point. Yeah, you've raised a good... Yeah, no, never mind. You should buy a chicken. Infinite eggs. Infinite egg glitch. And... friend. And who, pray tell, doesn't like a friend? Alright. I think that's enough gunking for the day. Kind of crazy, we've gone a whole other fucking stream with no Shiny Croagunk. We are now over 1,000 encounters for this fucking thing. Don't know how. Don't ask me. But that does, I dare say, list of Doctor 2 episodes. That does, I dare say, make it Pokedoku time. Alright. I don't have a stream projector up. Right. Oh, speaking of Doctor Whomst, Right. We got the Kanto, Johto, and Hoenn, evolved by trade. Evolved by item, and Mega Evolved. How much connection is there between the seasons? Not loads. It's kind of one of those shows where you should probably just start with, like, whichever actor you think you're going to vibe with the most. This is my recommendation. Or Pisa Capaldi. There are often reoccurring enemies, and I think sometimes the show gets a bit too caught up in being like, oh, remember this guy? To remember the fact that you might not have ever met that guy. Peter's my favourite. Pisa Capaldi is, the GOAT! The GOAT! Evolved by trade, evolved by item, and Mega Evolved. Okie dokie. Well, Peter Cabold, he's not bold in Doctor Who. He's bold in Suicide Squad, but he's not bold in Doctor Who. Mega Evolutions and Hoenn, there's a lot of those guys. I'm feeling Absol. Yeah, it's alright. Old people. Real. No offense, Rob. You're one of the good ones. Could you not feel the Pokemon on stream, thanks? I'll consider it. Okay, Kanto Mega Evolved. We got... maybe Aerodactyl? I think Kangaskhan's gonna get high. Is Aerodactyl gonna get high? Because I feel like Beedrill and Pidgeot are gonna get high. Same with Gengar. Maybe one of the Charizards will get lower than you'd expect. I'll go Charizard X. 8.5. What do you consider old, Felix? Landmine of a question. Evolved by item, Kanto, Johto, Hoenn. Hoenn, issue is there aren't that many Pokemon in Hoenn that evolve via trade. 23. Oh, well then, you whippersnapper. I think Felix is making his bounds specifically include me, Mango. I'm not bold, though not even bolding. I probably have hair till I'm 90 going by your grandparents. Oh, that's good then. Unless I have anything to say about it. I'm going to sneak into Rob's room at night and start shaving his head. And then, like, he's going to have to deal with that, I guess. Yes, I'm 23. I guess I don't know, I feel like I'm not that like, coy about my age, right? I feel like I've never been that secretive about it. Whenever I buy items, one's annoying me. I feel like this is going to be one of those ones where, like, I figure out the, answer and then kind of beat myself up for it. Because it's like Ludicolo, fucking Shiftery, like, Melodic technically counts, and so does Huntail and Gorbis, because they have items that use them, that, like, they use to evolve. And then other than that, I feel like there are more, but I'm missing them? You know? For a moment, I fucking thought Probo Pass, and I almost put it down. I almost went through with that one. That would have been wrong. That would have been incorrect, Cahir. That would have been incorrect. I'm going to put Huntail. %. Wait, is it only Huntail, Gorbis, and Melodic that evolve via trade in Owen? It might be. I was born in June, Mango. I am a Gemini. Not that I buy into that kind of stuff. Concerning. Alright, I knew that. Thought so. Rob's hmming is concerning me. Then you are old. You're older than me, Mango. What does that make you, ancient? Let's go Kanto evolve by item first. Let's go with... by Thor Pirate Software standards? Huh? Like Shelder, Starmie, Victory Bell, Vileplume. Blossom's what in Joe, so I'm gonna put Blossom. Yeah, maybe not a good answer. Oh, Caesar would have been one there as well. Oh, but Caesar's also one here. Well, if Steelix did do better last time, didn't it? Did it? I think so. 28? Yeesh. Wait. Your brain's still a little fried. By his standard, you're not old, but barely. No, I think by his standard, I am old. I think I am the barrier for old entry. You know, I think I'm the youngest old person. By Felix's standards, you know? I'm guessing, like, I am the catchment group. His standards if you're older than Shrek. Oh, I see. Did he say that? He did not say that. Oh, Thor does. Thor? Are you talking to the God of Thunder? Gen Z began in July 2001, if I ask you. Well, that is wrong. Factually. In fact, I think it, like, Gen Z begins in, like, the 90s. My Pirate Software, have you not seen his shorts? I have not, no. Not even seen his genes, am I right? Kanto evolve by item. I have not seen his shorts, Mango, sorry. Nope, you're not, nope. You would say that. Because it's the truth! By item, cancel. Is it more Pokemon that with the Thunderstone than just Raichu? So why'd you add it if it's just Raichu? Come on, let's be Raichu. Oh, just right, you need a better shorts algorithm. I don't really watch shorts, I'm gonna be honest, Mango. I make them, you know. But, like, I'm kind of like a drug dealer in the sense that I don't use... No. I think most drug dealers do use the drugs they supply, but that's not the point. I'm like a pharmacist. I'm like a pharmacist. You know when you see a word too many times in one day and it becomes suspicious? What is this? Shorts? Or algorithm? I'm putting Cloister. Yeah, that went pretty well. Kanto evolved by trade and Hoenn evolved by trade. Okay, so once again we have, like, Gengar, Alakazam, Machamp. A Sneasel just came out of fucking nowhere. Not Sneasel, Sneasel just came out of fucking nowhere and attacked me. So, like, sorry about those noises. I like shorts, they're comfy and easy to wear. Real, honestly. I guess it's my fault for not pausing. Okay, so... Kanto... Just not that many of them. I'm gonna put Machamp. I think that's the middle. And then... No, that might be the highest. Shit. Hoenn evolved by trade. I'm just gonna pick all this. I want to get to bed. 35. That was a horrible answer. Who was the lowest? It is just those three. But Melodic was the lowest of both of these. Oh, Porygon 2. That makes sense. That makes sense. Houndoom was the lowest here. Gyarados was the lowest Gen 1 one. Aerodactyl was really low. I should have put Aerodactyl. And then Mega Medicham was the lowest here. Not Mega Absol, which was one of the highest. That makes sense. Dusclops? Yeah, but Dusclops evolves into Dusk Noir. Dusk Noir is Gen 4, so Dusk Noir doesn't count. Because Dusk Noir is, Generation 4, and it's the Pokemon that has evolved, not the Pokemon that will evolve. You got 139? What did I get there? 159. A bit above you. Oh well. But yeah, I think that's where I'm going to end off for the day. Omastar. But yeah, that's where I think I'm going to end off for the day. Wait.
Yahoo! Pee-pee.
Pee-pee. Poo-poo. Wait. Wait, which category could you have put Omastar in? Omastar doesn't fit in any of those, and the most unique's 104. Oh? My apologies. No, that's the Pokemon 139. Oh, I see! Poo is blocked. Poo is blocked! Dismal. That really sucks. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I'll be back on Wednesday, maybe with Soul Silver, most likely with more Tears of the Kingdom. Would highly recommend stopping by, because I've been having a blast with both, and I'd highly recommend just seeing whatever's happening. You know, you'll only find out if you watch the next stream, yeah? Yeah? So yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you've all had a great time. I certainly have. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye, have a great week, and good night.